Hello world, I'm Yvonne Gougelet with Hot Indie News. Today is April 18th, 2011, and I am in Washington, D.C., just across the street from the Senate building, the Russell Building. If you see behind me, there are a group of young activists from New York City, representing 3 different colleges in the city. And they are organizing a meeting right now to go in to talk with Senator Schumer and Senator Gillibrand. Today is a day of citizen lobbying. Organizations have come together this weekend for the Power Shift Conference. It's a clean energy conference to raise awareness about the dangers of dirty energy, oil, coal, as well as fracking, mountaintop bombing, and nuclear energy. There's a lot of controversy with all of these issues. We need energy. We need to come up with a new energy source. Well, what is that source? Is it solar? Is it wind? We, as a group of activists, a group of youth, and also concerned citizens of all ages, understand that we do need energy, but we know that we can't use oil and coal as much as we use it now, because the air is contaminated and our water is contaminated and people are sick, and it's laid out for us. And so the concept of Power Shift is simply citizen lobbying, urging our Congress, urging our senators, urging our representatives to come together and listen to the youth, because we are the future. We are. If we're not safe, if we're not healthy, then there is no future. So it's been an intense weekend of a lot of uncovering, a lot of discovery about what big polluters are really doing to American citizens, and it's been heavy. It's been a heavy weekend, and but we're here, and we're here to make a change, and we're here to make our voices heard, and we're here to stick up for the people in the Gulf. The oil refineries, the oil spill, the coal plants all across the nation, we're here for them today. So I'll be doing a follow-up with the students after we meet with our senators, and we'll let you know how that goes. Stay tuned. So I'm standing here with 4 Floridians. I actually ran into them in the hallway. I was running to meet with my senator, and ran into them, and I said, hey, I'm a Floridian. I'm going to join in on their lobbying, citizen lobbying. So they're going to talk a little bit about what we just went through. We met with Sarah Deckert, the legislative assistant for Marco Rubio, one of the senators from Florida. So who wants to talk about the experience?
Well, for me, it's always been important that you speak to your representative and to your senators and to your officials who, they let your voice be heard in the larger political arena. And for me, it was really fun to go out and have someone listen to you, take notes about what your points and views are, and offer to later on follow up with her and let her know that you're very important in terms of shaping the policy of a senator by keeping them informed about the information you have available to give them.
And that was one of the key things that we took away from meeting with our senator's assistant, that communication is key. They're dealing with a lot of issues right now in terms of budget and the economy, and at the same time, we the people are very concerned about environmental issues. We have a couple people from Miami. I am also went to college in Miami, so I just learned that there's a nuclear power plant in Miami. Why wasn't even aware of that? There's a crack in the power plant, and these are dangerous things that that we need to talk about. So that's why we're here. So communication is important. What else did we mention in the meeting? What were some of the issues, the big issues? Who wants to talk?
We talked about supporting the Clean Air Act. It's coming up for a vote in the Senate very, very soon, and we really want Marco Rubio to support the legislation because it will provide a way for us to regulate greenhouse gases, which are a huge polluter to our climate. It's a huge pollutant in our climate, and even climate change aside, we still have lots and lots of pollution coming from these big, dirty energy power plants, and we really want to see some change, and we want to see some really strong leadership coming from our representatives in Congress, because this is our voice, and this is what our generation wants to see for our future.
Absolutely.
We talked about ending money handouts and many subsidies to big companies, and instead making sure that money goes into research and development of cleaner energy that would give jobs and many new ways for us to sustain ourselves and have a cleaner future for our futures as well as ourselves.
Some of the other things we also talked about was the overall impact of his support, that we don't feel as if he was strong enough in our environmental support. Yes, he's been here since January, but that's no excuse for you not to be able to hear the people and understand that we have nuclear power in Miami. You want 2 more? That's ridiculous. We have children there who live a few minutes away who should be able to have clean air and clean water. You also have coal mining. You also have mountaintop moves in every part of the world and in the United States. And Florida is just one thing that if we had renewable energy like solar panels, the Sunshine State, we would be able to have such a better environment for our students and for our future.
That's actually a really good point that she mentioned. It's the Sunshine State, and yet there are independent businesses that do install solar panel. I actually have a friend that works for a solar panel company, but why not invest in it? They're wearing green hats, and the purpose of the green hats is to walk around Washington, D.C. and say, you're looking for a way to stimulate the economy, you're looking for a way to solve the unemployment rate in America. Well, you know what? Let's invest in clean energy jobs. The Sunshine State is the perfect opportunity to be the leader in solar panel. It couldn't be more symbolic, and the green hats couldn't be more symbolic. We're looking for jobs all around the world. It's really time for Congress to sort of wake up to the idea that green energy is a great solution to the unemployment rates here in America. So any final notes for you guys? I mean, this was their first time lobbying. I mean, this is exciting stuff. What would you give to the people out there that are passionate about something, especially the environment, how they could get involved? From what we learned from the senator's assistant today, in terms of communication.
Well, the most important thing is there's nothing to lose by asking a question. If you don't know what your representative stands on, ask them. Call them, email them, visit their district office. You have nothing to lose by going out and just voicing your thoughts, your opinions, and just being involved. The only thing that it costs you is your time.
And don't forget that your vote is your voice. It's so important that we represent the youth in all of our elections, especially our local elections. They're extremely important for us. We want people that we support and policies that they support, or policies that we support, be elected into our government.
You also have to remember that they're just people, just like we are. So just because they live in this big fancy place in Washington, D.C., doesn't mean that they don't have heart and they don't understand the impact of what's going on around them. So when you do come to these lobby meetings, they are just people, and just express your feelings to them and tell them, we want clean energy and we want it now. So what are you going to do to help ensure that your family and everybody else's family is going to be safe?
Awesome. Well, congrats on your first day of lobbying in D.C., and let's continue to stand up for Florida and environmental justice and green jobs and green energy.
Yes.
Power shift.
Power shift.
Power shift.
Shift the power.
Shift the power.